Input buffering is a simple yet necessary mechanic to understand that applies to all champions, but is applied differently to each individual champion. So let's deep dive into this topic and discuss two necessary concepts first: ability channels and how champions are coded. Slow channels, fast channels, and instant channels are the three types of what we'll call spell speeds in League of Legends. One quick difference to note with these three: slow and fast channels have a channel bar, while instant channels simply execute the ability without delay. Katarina, as an example, has all three of these. Her ultimate is a slow channel as it takes 2.5 seconds to deal all of its damage. Her Q is a fast channel since it has a brief windup shown by the channel bar, and her W is an instant channel since it will execute instantaneously without a channel bar. And while slow channels can be cancelled by crowd control, fast and instant channels will always go off if inputted first before crowd control. Now for how champions are coded. Every champion is coded differently as to when they can activate their abilities. Some champions like Camille can activate all three basic abilities at the same time without delay, getting locked out or canceling other abilities. Other champions like Renekton get locked out of ability casts while in the middle of ability activations. You can tell this by looking at the ability bar when abilities are used. So for the Croc, you can see that during his E cast, his abilities become unusable, and the same applies to his Q and W casts as well. Now that being said, Camille was a very easy example of a champion that can input buffer every ability. But what is there to be learned with other champions? Well, let's look at Renekton for example and his input buffer mechanic with Ravenous Hydra. With Hydra being a fast channel and Q being an instant channel, if inputted correctly, the Croc can activate Hydra and his Q at the same time, or input buffer the two together. To do this, you must activate Hydra first, and when the channel bar appears, you can press Q, and both will fire at the same time. If you do this in reverse order, however, the abilities will fire separately and increase the time it takes to apply damage in combat. A couple other examples here: Leona can input buffer W and Q during her E dash. Lee Sin's flash kick is an input buffer as long as he flashes before the fast channel of the kick is finished, and Riven can input buffer her W stun, so in the middle of her E dash, you can also proc your stun. If you like this and want to see any guides, concepts, and game experiments, leave a comment and subscribe for more.